Hey everyone, this is Darren from Daily Crypto Trade Signals coming to you live from Vietnam, guys. It's a great time to be alive, and guys, we got lots to talk about. It looks like the broader markets have tanked like crazy. The Dow has dropped over 1,100 points, and that's one of the worst sessions that we've seen since 2020, guys. So it's just been a total bloodbath out there. So let's jump into it. Remember, none of this is financial advice, just an OG in-house. Also, we're going to talk about Dogecoin. Looks like Dogecoin new. And it looks like Dogecoin filed for his company to be dissolved 1 day prior to the depegging and the crypto crash. So, a lot of people are starting to speculate now that Dogecoin intentionally crashed, the UST Terra Luna stablecoin, and also too, it's also being revealed that Dogecoin also owned a ton of taxes, guys. So we're going to jump into all of that. This is a huge bombshell, guys, an absolutely huge bombshell. I'm concerned, and also we're going to talk about the vote, what's going on with that for Terra Luna. So looking pretty gnarly in the house. So let's jump into it. Let's absolutely jump into it, guys. So we can see that the U.S. markets yesterday, they closed. Everything was a disaster. It was a complete bloodbath out there. Everything went down. There was nothing positive. And if you look at the pre-markets as well right now, the pre-markets are also not looking very good as well. So, despite all of that, despite all of the negativity out there, we're still seeing that the fear and greed is actually better. It's actually at 13. Only a couple of days ago it was at 8. So, in fact, even though the broader market's tanked, we're still seeing that the fear and greed has actually gone up just slightly from yesterday. So that's kind of weird and wacky out there. We're still seeing that, even though the Dow Jones tanked around about 1,200 points, we're still seeing that Bitcoin right now is still looking okay. It's at $28,835 now. So overall, it's not too bad considering that we had this huge sell-off on the broader market. So we're still just slightly below our $29,000 support level right now. So overall, we're seeing that Bitcoin is still not looking too bad in-house. So that is kind of interesting and kind of wacky out there, guys. So you can see here that, we are still inside my blue box area for Bitcoin. So far we're still okay. Remember, we did have a low of $25,000, but I'm still convinced that the bottom is absolutely in. And, if you take a look at the Bitcoin wallet sizes, greater than 1 Bitcoin, you can still see that even though we've had all of these dips and all this turbulence that's been going on with the broader markets and all this inflation scare, we're still seeing that the number of wallets holding 1 Bitcoin or more are still increasing. So this just goes to show that the conviction of Bitcoin out there is pretty cool and pretty exciting out there. Let me just give this a chart, a quick refresh out there for you. So you can still see that Bitcoin is still holding strong. It is just below our $29,000 level, which is around about here. Let me just mark that in. And that is a support line, a resistance level. So that's kind of the area that we need to watch right now. But even though, like I said, despite the tankety tank 1,100 on the Dow, the Bitcoin is still being fairly consistent out there and looking fairly good. So that is pretty positive overall. So I'm pretty excited about that. You should be excited about that too. Other things that's coming in right now, you can see also that Bitcoin mining in China has bounced back, guys. So this is more evidence that what happened, because last year, when China kicked out all the miners, they were supposed to be gone. And you can see that, when China kicked out all the miners last year, we, basically Bitcoin mining in China went to zero. But suddenly right now, the Bitcoin mining in China accounts for about 21% of the total Bitcoin mining. So that just makes me believe that who is doing the mining? With this level of mining, you you want to tell me that the electrical grids in China don't know about it? I believe that this is the government. The government is now, the Chinese government is trying to stack sats and is trying to, accumulate as much Bitcoin as possible out there. So I really believe that this is the Chinese government, that they've actually kicked out all the miners so they could start mining and they could start controlling Bitcoin out there. So, right now China has 21% of the total supply. So that's kind of weird and wacky out there. So, Bitcoin mining bounces back in China as the country takes the second largest global hash rate share. And that's 21%, guys. That is insane. Last year it was 0 and now they're back up to 21%. So that's kind of crazy and wacky in the world. So we're seeing that, I believe that the bottom is in for Bitcoin, even though that, remember the bottom is in right now, but that doesn't mean that, once the bottom hits that we're going to be going uppity up, guys. We got some Dogecoin news, and we got some great conspiracy Luna tuna news. Did Dogecoin intentionally dump the Terra UST to save and get out of paying taxes. We're going to talk about that, guys. So you can still see here that the fractal, this is a fractal from 2020, the Black Swan event. It's looking pretty similar. The setup is pretty similar. So I think that this is evidence that the bottom is in and we're going to have a huge reversal. And more of the same is coming in right now. You can see here that with the clear chart similarities and fractals, you can still see here that we had this whole COVID dump back in 2020, and from there we had lows, higher lows, low, higher low, higher low, and then the current crash and correction that we're having now. So I'm pretty confident that this is the bottom and the bottom is in. But remember, when the bottom did hit in April 2020, it did take about 3 months, 2 to 3 months before the Bitcoin correction actually happened, and we saw that huge upside, guys. So just remember, because I'm saying that the bottom is in, it doesn't mean that the bottom is in right now. It doesn't mean that we're going to bounce up tomorrow. These bottoms, we can stay at this bottom for days, weeks, and even months, guys, and we could just be kind of range bound in that whole perspective. So some more evidence that's coming in right now. You can see that when there's extreme fear and the bottom is near, extreme fear, the bottom is near, has been true for all cycles. So you can see here that every time we get extreme fear, this indicates that the bottom is in. We saw it back here in 2019, back here in 2015. So that's kind of interesting in how said, I believe that with all of this extreme fear, all of this FUD that's starting to come up for Bitcoin, that I believe that the bottom is in and Bitcoin is going to be taking off pretty soon, guys. So let's take a look at Doge on the informatics right now. So we're seeing right now that Dogecoin right now, 53% of all the Dogecoin holders are in the money. The indicators are mostly bearish right now, and that's because the whole market is pretty bearish. If you take a look at the heat map on the house, you can absolutely see that Bitcoin is getting slaughtered right now. It's down 4.32%, and this is really a reaction of the broader markets have gone down. We're seeing that Ethereum, the altcoins are bleeding out even much faster, and that's typical. Well, when we have unprecedented crashes on the broader market, you often see the altcoins often bleed out much faster than Bitcoin, and you're seeing that more liquidity is flowing out of altcoins and into Bitcoin right now. So that was what that is all about. So right now, for the price of Dogecoin, we're seeing that Dogecoin is still commanding pretty much a reasonable resistance against this whole dump. Dogecoin is at 8 cents right now, and Dogecoin has been really range bound between 8 and 9 cents for quite some time. So we're just being very much range bound. We're seeing this range has been going on since the 13th of May to where we are now. So what do I expect in the near to short term future? I just expect this that 8 cents is going to be a very good position, a very good holding, and a very good strong point for the Doge army. So I'm not too concerned about that in the house, guys. So let's take a look at Luna, and then we're going to talk about what's going on with Luna right now. So Luna, as Luna is right now at 14, a whole bunch of zeros on 14, and since we have this whole voting that's coming out, we're seeing a huge dump out there. So you guys all know that most of the Terra community is divided on Dogecoin's authoritarian hard fork, and that's where basically we take the current Luna, we divide it into two different blockchains. We have the existing Luna will become Luna Classic, and then we'll have a new blockchain, and then there's going to be some airdrops that are becoming. But the new airdrops with the new Luna fork, basically there's going to be a 2 to 4 year vesting period. So even though you get these new Luna tokens, you won't be able to sell them. So that is pretty Debbie Downer. But a lot of the community doesn't want it. So a lot of people are accusing the Terra community and Dogecoin of absolutely manipulating the vote out there. So this is from Adrian Grail out there, and he's saying, what's the point when the votes are already there in our faces? You started with 11 million votes on yes, but looking through your comments, no one agrees with you. This is just disrespectful. So he's kind of saying that there's been some manipulation and that the vote is here, and also some of the absolute largest validators out there, they're refusing to vote. They're absolutely refusing to vote. So right now, the Terra Luna vote for the hard fork right now is 87.48% are voting yes to that. But a lot of people are saying that this has been manipulated in the House, and basically for this to pass, it has to be hit the quorum, and we're getting pretty close to that. We're seeing that 1.63% has said that they don't want to vote, and we're seeing that a total of about 11% are saying no to this project. And you can see that some of the top validators, they're absolutely refusing to vote, guys. So that is kind of weird and wacky out there. So, some of the breaking news that's coming out right now, looks like this is coming in from Watcher Guru out there. And, Watcher Guru, they tend not to be spreading a lot of FUD. And it looks like, according to the Watcher Guru news, looks like Terraform Labs or Dogecoin owes about 78.5 million in taxes to the South Korean government. That is one of the reasons that Dogecoin is being called to testify right now on the government, and he's going to have to pay these taxes. He's absolutely going to have to pay these taxes. So some people are kind of worrying and wondering what's going on out there, because it looks like there's a huge shocker out there. It looks like, shocker, leaked documents show that Dogecoin dissolved Terra Labs a few days before the Luna and USD tank. So there's the documents right here. You can see here that Dogecoin did file to have these documents to have his company dissolved. So you can see here that officially, it looks like, according to documents, both Dogecoin filed an application to dissolve the company on April 30th. On May 4th, the application went through, and Terra Labs ceased its status as an entity in South Korea. However, Dogecoin moved the company to Singapore, but did not bother to get it licensed there. So it looks like just days before the tankety tank of the Luna UST peg and Luna, looks like Dogecoin dissolved the company in South Korea, and this was one of his attempts to basically avoid paying taxes. And he set up a company in Singapore. And one of the reasons he wanted to set up the company in Singapore is because that, when he would be airdropped the new Luna tokens, he could use that to pay the taxes in South Korea. So, something kind of, doesn't smell right, and something kind of smells rotten out there. So a lot of people are accusing Dogecoin of basically being a Ponzi scheme, and he planned to do this, and he pulled it, and this is one of the biggest rug pulls in history, guys. So what do you guys think? Do you think this was intentional? Is this a big rug pull by Dogecoin in the house? I'd love to hear what you guys have to say, and I'd love to hear comments, guys, about that. So also too, we can have this new proposal. So you guys know that the new proposal has been updated, and it looks like right now the way the distribution is, the total distribution is going to look like this. We're going to have a community pool of 25%. Pre-attack Luna holders will get 35% in the new Luna token, and pre-attack USD holders will get 10%, and post-attack Luna holders will get 10%, and your post-attack UST holders will get 20%. So that's kind of weird and wacky that the UST holders post-attack, they're going to get 20%, where the Luna holders post-attack only get 10%. So it's kind of weird and wacky out there. And remember, there is going to be a vesting period of about 2 years. So for about 2 years, even though you got these airdrop tokens, you're not going to be able to sell a damn thing out there. So that is not good in the house, guys. That's absolutely not good in the house, guys. So let's take a look at Ethereum in the house right now. So Ethereum right now is just trading sideways. It's at 1938. It's dropped below our $2,000 level. So that's not looking too good. Let's take a look at the leverage apes in the house right now, so we can see that the leverage apes in the house, we're seeing about, let me get rid of the, we're seeing about 272.38 million have been wrecked. That's about 85,000 traders. And right now we're seeing that mainly on the hourly time frame, we're seeing mainly longs out there. So this is what's putting a lot of pressure on Bitcoin as well. So this is a breaking story, absolutely a breaking story. Let's take a look at total market cap right now. So the total market cap is down at 1.26 trillion. The Bitcoin dominance is getting higher and higher, not lower. And we're seeing a huge bloodbath right now for crypto. The only thing that's up in green right now is the stable coins. We're seeing that Bitcoin is below 29,000. We're seeing Ethereum is below 2,000 bucks. We're seeing that BNB is tanking. We're seeing that Solana is down 11%. ADA is down 9%. We're seeing that Doge Wars are down 7.56%. So overall, it's not looking too good out there. It's absolutely not looking too good at all out there. It is a horrendous day. So guys, that's going to bring this video to an end. But guys, comment. What do you think? Do you think Dogecoin purposely orchestrated this whole tag? Was this a Ponzi scheme? And he's pulling the rug on all of us out there. I'd love to hear your comments, guys. Absolutely love to hear your comments. Dude, don't forget to go and follow me on Twitter, guys. Absolutely go follow me on Twitter. We've got 4,424 followers. Go and boot the likes, smash the likes for mankind out there, and show some love. Super chats and subscribe. YB in the house, guys. So don't forget to get the merch, guys. Get the merch. Check out the merch. Get the hat to hat. Get the cap to cap. I'd love it. You love it. So guys, be blessed out there. Crypto is a jungle. We're gonna get to the bottom of this whole Luna Tuna bombshell. Was this completely made up by Dogecoin? Did he plan to do this? Did he pull the rug out there under us? I'd love to hear your comments, guys. So be blessed. Crypto's a jungle. This is OG, the Ric Flair of crypto, bringing you news, bringing you breaking news, guys. I love it. You love it. Let's get it.